Hello my YouTubers, come along with me while I walk you through this polygel set. So these are all the products that I'll be using: rubber base coat, 70% alcohol, primer, a cuticle pusher, a size 16 brush, and the polygel itself. Basically, when you're dealing with polygel, it's not much different from acrylic. You're just gonna clean up your nail bed just as how you clean up for acrylic. You know that with a proper prep, you'll have a good retention. So I clean up my nail bed and apply my primer. So remember to remove any dust that is on the nail bed itself. So you don't want the rubber base to be spread out on dust. So we clean off that, and then we're off to applying our rubber base. So you're not just gonna pat it down on the nails, you're gonna work it into the cuticle as well. The gel also protects the nails, and it also helps the polygel to stick to the nail itself. Now work it into the cuticle, and we're gonna cure that for about 60 seconds. Now we're off to applying our polygel. So this is the polygel that I'm using. Comes by number. Some of them comes with name and some by number. So we're just gonna dip our brush into the 70% alcohol, and we're gonna try to feather it out and pat it into the cuticle. The rubber base serves as a seal. As I said before, it serves as a seal. Guys, remember you have to remove your air bubbles in your application, because if you do not remove them after the filing process, they will definitely show up. So always remember to remove your air bubbles. So just gently clean up the side and pat your product. If you have to remove some of the product, go ahead, but I always try to take up less product as I go along. So as I go along, I try to flash cure each finger, because polygel is something that's spread, because there's heat in the nail bed, and I'm not using an AC where I am. I have to flash cure as I go along. So I'm off to the other finger, and I'll be doing the same process on each finger. I'll be doing 2 layers of polygel, guys, because the reason why I do 2 layers, I do not want it to, break on her. So I just feel like, say, a big bead and a little small bead will be good enough for it. So this is my first layer, and when I finish, I'll show you the second layer. So I flash cure as I go along. Dip your brush into the liquid and gently pat it in. Remember, you don't have to flood the cuticle, because the rubber base serves as a seal. So try and pat it in as close as possible, and do not flood your side walls as well, and just carry it out to the free edge. If you're out there, and if you're in the Clarendon area of Jamaica and you're allergic to acrylic, or you're allergic to the powder, or you're allergic to the monomer, you can try going into the gel field. I do offer polygel. This is the only gel that I offer. I used to do rubber base gel, but it's been a while since I don't use it, because my client ain't asking for it. So I definitely have it and not using it. But soon I'll be offering that as well. So anyway, I did her matching toes. I didn't get to record that part, but she had a matching toes and it was cute. I think I'm gonna insert a video of the matching toes at the end, or so at some point in this video. So we're off to the thumb, and we're doing the same process. And if you're interested in any of these products, guys, I'll be linking them at the bottom. So the polygel that I'm using is Goya, and the size brush is size 16. What else do I? And the rubber base coat, well, is from a local beauty store, but you can get rubber base coat wherever if you're overseas or stuff like that. So after I did my first layer, I'm off to apply my second layer, and the second layer is very thin. Ain't nothing too thick or to waste, anything to waste or stuff like that. How do I learn polygel? Is from YouTube, and most videos that I watch, I see them wasting polygel. Boy, it pains my heart to see how them waste the product. Even sometimes when you're watching YouTubers and they're doing acrylic, it's like the liquid to powder ratio is so off. So whenever they apply it, it just keeps on running, and I don't like to see things waste, so I try my ever best to go as small as possible, because guess what, polygel is kind of, expensive. And yes, this is a different price from acrylic. Anything has to do with gel will come at a different cost. So if you're out there and, well, if you feel like so it's the same price as acrylic, it's not. So as I said, if you're in my area in Clarendon, you can just hook me up if you have sinus problem, or if you have allergies to the acrylic. You can just send me a DM, or you can contact me on Instagram. Send me a DM or Instagram, or contact me at 776-1339. So guys, after I did this, I'm gonna put it under the UV light to cure at least 60 seconds. This is a big cure. So while I was doing it, I was flash curing each finger, because I do not want it to spread, because the heat will let it spread. So I flash cure it as I go along. But after the final, you need to put it under the UV light for that big cure. After you put it under the UV light, you take it out and test it if it's dry and stuff like that. You're gonna get your alcohol, or you can use acetone and just clean off the sticky layer. So you have to clean off the sticky layer before you start your filing. So I'm off to the other finger, and I'll be doing the same process as I did to the previous sand. So it's nothing too hard. So you're just gonna gently pat in the product to the cuticle and work it done. Remember guys, you have to go light on your finger. I will say, or I should say your hand. You cannot be too heavy, and polygel is not something to rush. I'm not saying that it takes a lot of time, but you have to take your little time and feather it out. Because sometimes you'll there and you're brushing until you brush away the product from the cuticle, or brush away too much from another area. And always try to have your stress point at a little have a little apex. Your stress point have a little apex, not too thick like when you go a bullet mountain, because we don't like tip nails. We don't do tip nails over here, and we don't like tip nails over here. So guys, we're gonna show you a little accident that happened. This is because I did not flash cure it one by one. I on this hand I tried to flash cure two fingers at the same time, and it didn't work out. I think it backfired in my face, but as I go along I learn. I've been doing polygel for quite some time, mostly on fingers. So after she put it under the light, guys, you can see right there where it's I think she pushed it too far under the UV light, and it creates a little bump at the end. So you don't know, we're gonna have to file off that. And we're just putting on the second layer and try to feather it out. And I'll come back to you when it's time for the filing process. So stay around. And guys, please, I'm asking you to do subscribe and leave a comment. The last video that I post, you guys not even give me a thumbs up, and I know that you guys watch it, not even a like or something like that. So each one help one. I'm trying to teach you something over here, so it's the least you can do is subscribe. I may not be the best teacher, but I do what I can do. I've been doing polygel for quite some time now, but mostly on toes. Now I'm off to offering it on manicure. So I used to do it on pedicure. Now I'm offering it on manicure. I gel around things, and as time go by, we have to try to advance with the time as well. So if there's anything in the polygel while you're applying, you have to try and remove it. If you do not remove it, it's gonna cure in it. And after I cure in it, the only way to get rid of it is to file it down. Now, when you file it down, if you file it down too much, it's gonna be too thin. So you're gonna have to go back and add more product to it. So if you see something in the polygel, you have to get rid of it. If there's a fly or any little particles and stuff like that, you have to ensure to get rid of it. So this is my second, and we're gonna do the same flash grade for another 60 seconds just as we did for the first hand, and wipe off the sticky layer and off to the filing. So guys, as I said, if you're in my area and you're interested in applying polygel, I'm not teaching polygel, guys. I'm only learning myself right now. So if you're out there and you're allergic to acrylic, you can hit up your girl. So I'm using my fine coarse bit to go around the cuticle, guys. And as I said before, the rubber-based gel serves as a seal for the cuticle. So you don't have to go way down with the polygel whenever you're applying it. So this is me. I file that and around the cuticle first, and then I'm off to wiping off the sticky layer off this hand, and I'm gonna go around the cuticle and file just the same. After I did this, I'm gonna go in with my ceramic bit to clean off a little bit of the surface. So we're gonna take down all those little bumps that you see at the end. We're gonna get rid of those because that was it. That happened because the finger did not set properly under the light. So, accidents do happen. That's an easy 1, 2, 3 to fix. So this is my ceramic bit that I'm using to file it down. And then I'm going to use my 100 to 180 and file. Guys, remember, polygel is very soft. It's not like acrylic. So you have to take your time and use lower grade files. So I'm using my 100 to 180 to file it and shape it in. So we're doing an oval set. After I file up and stuff like that, if you have any products under the bottom of the nail, always remember to get your file and file it out. Not your file, your drill. Or I should say your e-file. Use your e-file and get rid of it. Because if you do not get rid of that, it's going to show and definitely it's going to look tacky. After I do my unfile, I will go ahead and use my 240 sanding band to seal around the cuticle as well, and smooth out the surface. And I'm gonna let the client wash their hand, and after I wash the hand, I always try to use some alcohol as well to apply some alcohol after the client wash their hands. So if they come and they dry their hand, I still use some alcohol to clean off the area. So I'm off to the other hand of the filing, and I'm doing the same process using my ceramic bit. Guys, you can just go ahead and find out what works for you. Try stuff that works. If you don't have a ceramic bit, use what you have. If you don't have a 100 to 180 file, use what you have. Don't try to in your basket where it's unreachable. So if you're interested in going into the polygel world, just buy your stuff one by one and use whatever you have until you can build up and buy whatever you need. One step at a time, and we all have to make it one day. So as I said, nobody teach me this. I just sit down on lives and go on YouTube and watch the girlies them. I do polygel, and it intriguing and entices me. So I said I'm gonna try it. Yeah, from I tried it, and guys, I know once my first polygel application, it was a disaster, and it is on my TikTok page, but it was a mess. So this is me using the 240 sanding band to go around the cuticle, and after I go around the cuticle, I'm just gonna go in on the nail bed itself and just clean it off. And I've come a far way doing polygel, and I'm proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud of myself. When I was learning acrylic, it wasn't this easy. And I'm telling no lie. I don't know if it's because I've get the drift of acrylic, why I know how to apply polygel. But acrylic, it's very tricky. Acrylic is very tricky, and it takes a lot of practice with acrylic. Not gonna lie, it takes a lot of practice, and you have to be patient, and you have to want to learn, and you have to love it. When you love your work, it will definitely show. When you love what you do, it will definitely show in your work. So if you don't have the passion, and if you don't have the drive for the nails, or you just in it to make money, it definitely gonna show in the end result. Because you know there's a lot of nail techs out there, they're not really interested in doing nails, they're just in it for the money. But you have to love what you do, and when you love what you do, you'll definitely put the passion in it. So guys, after this is my final process, and I use this little disposable file to, you know, clean up the surface area, and then we're gonna let the client wash their hand, and then we're off to the design part. So she didn't know what she wanted. So guys, remember, you have to measure each finger, measure the fingers so all of them are on the same length. All of them are on the same length. So she didn't know what she wanted, but we did a little over effect, and we did some blooming gel, and what else, I don't remember. So this is me applying the alcohol, and then I'm gonna get my little small and brush and just brush it out. So guys, whenever I am applying any form of gel or design or stuff like that, depending if I am not doing chrome, I love to apply a layer of top coat first. So I get a thin layer of top coat and apply it first. Applying the top coat makes the surface more smoother for the polish to lay on. So I'm using blue, I'm using sky blue, and I'm using dark blue. Or I don't know if you know primary blue. Yes, we're using sky blue and dark blue. So I'm outlining a French, you know the French with the little hose, or I'll say circle. I do not know the name of it, and I'm just using my liner brush to draw it, and then I'm gonna cure that, and I have to do 1-1. So I did this finger, and then I leave and did the opposite, and that's how I do it. So I put this one under the light. As I do it, I put this one under the light, and then after the other one. I'm gonna add some blooming gel to this finger that I'm doing, and the one beside the big finger, that is the one that I'm gonna do the aura effect. I'm not gonna tell no lie. You have to be on your A point when using these brush, cause me I tell you, say one slip you slip and it messed up. And some of you out there may think that doing design is so easy. Hey, hell no, there is no easy design out there. Rather worse if it is time consuming. And me can tell you, say drawing these is time consuming. This takes up time because you have to depend on your A point to get this the right way that you would want it to. So I'll be using 2 layers on this nail, but I think I want to show you 1 layer. So I'm using 2 layers. After I use, so this is me applying the blooming gel, and then I'm gonna add some white to it. So I'm gonna leave it for a couple seconds for it to spread, and I'm doing the big finger just the same as the little finger. Apply some blooming gel and allow it to spread for a couple minutes. So I think I went over the big finger twice because it looks a little bit too pale for me, so I went over it twice. So this is me adding now I'm adding the matte top coat to get the aura look, and I'm after the other finger to do the blooming gel. So apply the blooming gel and then apply your white, and after applying the matte top coat to the other end for this same result. So I try to switch up each finger, switch it up as I go along, guys. You know, you do one, you cure it, and I try to use my mini UV lamp as I go along as well. This is me now applying a little blue. So this is a dark blue that I'm applying. I'm using an eyeshadow. It's not eyeshadow. I'm using that little brush that you use to put on your makeup, and that little brush that you use to sanitize your eyelash. That is the brush that I see that they use to sanitize their eyelash. So anyway, I find different use for it, because guess what? Use whatever you have. So I use it. I use both of them to get the aura effect, and just pat it in like that. You know, it's a brush and you don't take up too much product in it, and then you're gonna brush it off, and you're gonna fill in wherever you see that looks a little bit too light. So if it looks a little bit too light or it's uneven, you just fill it in. At this point, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do to these two fingers, but in the end, I finally decided what I wanted to do with them. Basically, it was a freestyle. She didn't show me any picture or anything like that, so you don't know. I put two little stars on the other finger and then I top coat it. So now I'm drawing like 4 petals on this finger and I'm gonna use some chrome. So for this chrome, I didn't use any matte top coat. I just apply my top coat and then let it cure and then apply my gel polish. After applying my gel polish, I let it cure for about 260 seconds. So 60 seconds and 60 seconds. The reason why I did that, because I want it to be well cured so the chrome does not stick to the nail bed itself. It only stick to where I want it to stick. So for this finger, I'll be doing some what do you call it? Some blooming gel. So I'm using the flashlight to cure it again because the other hand was under the UV light, so I'm using this little flashlight to cure it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my chrome. Chrome can be tricky, guys, but with practice you will get it. You will get it. Just keep on practicing out there. After I apply my chrome, I try to use a makeup sponge to clean off the excess residue of the chrome on the nail itself. And may I tell you, the makeup sponge, it do its job. I'm not gonna lie, it did its job. Do what it's supposed to do. And I'll be doing the same thing to the other finger. So I say with chrome, just keep on watching videos. There are many different ways of applying chrome, but to each his own. Sometimes I do apply it with my top coat, and sometimes I just do not. I just apply the top coat and let it cure fully, and then apply my matte top coat. So I'm using some little adding some little streaks in the middle of the petal, and then I'm gonna add that blue in it. So this is my blooming gel that I'm applying right now, and then I'm just gonna add some white, and I'm using all shades of blue. I'm using the light blue and the dark blue and some white, and I'm just gonna leave it for a couple seconds and let it spread. So guys, if there's any dust particles or any hair or whatever in the nails, always remember to remove it. And I did her matching toes to this set as well. I'll insert a clip to show you what it looks like. So this is me just cleaning off the area, cleaning around the nails. You don't know for that nice look, and this was the outcome. And guys, remember to leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and share my video. And each one help one. You teach me and I teach you. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Stay blessed. Put God first in everything you do. And remember, if you're allergic to acrylic, you can check out your girl Nails by Chance, and she'll get you dolly done. Until next time, bye.